sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
You go with the option, quarterback keeps it himself, and look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Looking to scramble. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
And how about the awareness by this guy on third down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's third. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this first. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
Knocked off his feet.
A really nice job by the quarterback, putting some extra heat on that throw. As a defensive back, I'm going to drive to that curl. Try to get there really quick to try to break up the pass, but when the QB puts it that hard, in the money with that much accuracy, really hard route to defend.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Wolfpack offense comes out, and they'll go on the attack for the first time today. And after that performance last week, Jesse, it'll be interesting to see if they can get the big tight end as involved as he was a week ago.
He really did. He was good out in the field. He was good down here in the red zone. He's a matchup problem that you know this quarterback is going to be trying to find early in this game. The defense has to have a plan for him, David. It'll be interesting to see how they try to defend him.
And that's the problem. It's so hard when your best playmaker is a tight end to plan for him, because how you treat him is everything, and they can still run the football with him, and they can still throw it to him, and he's just a nightmare matchup. And, you know, if you want to slow him down, like make some of those easy touches a little bit harder for him, but you know he's going to get his.
NC State has work to do to convert this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. They'll pull it on the read. And he's stopped by that big defensive tackle up front.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Under fire. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged out of the air. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The give to the back. A nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley and knock him down for a loss.
I love defensive
just wonder about this guy's confidence right now. After fumbling in his last game, he's just fumbled again now. He seems like he's a little bit unsure of himself, and because of that, if you're the offensive coordinator, how many more times do you want to go back to this guy in this game?
And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping it from getting the foot? The give to the tailback. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the great interception in the back end. Here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Linebackers are so fast nowadays, so multiple. They can do so many different things. Not only do they play the run, but if I need you to go get a sack, I can just send you. Send one of those fast linebackers that can rush the quarterback.
And they're able to get him down.
QBs and wide receivers spend all season throwing the football. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
He'll toss it.
That's why I love this offense running this option play, because if this running back gets the ball on the perimeter in space, he is so deadly in his deep. He showed you right there. This guy's got a lot of tools.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut doing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Throws for the tight end. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got 2 inches. Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a the football is incomplete and brought down spot. Punt team makes its way onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Stands it quickly on the left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Pocket breaking down. Under pressure and down he goes at the 33.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Fires to the tight end. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. The Terrapins will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Unloads it left. A strike downfield. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. We've reached a break. It's Maryland with the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary.
season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Throws for the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not convinced this team doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in it. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand new game. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Virginia Tech. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
Looking to throw, it's hot. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. And the Terrapins send out the punt unit. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Makes a move. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. He'll do it himself. Quarterback gets the first down and more. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Slippery slide. Grind his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And he tacks on the extra point. Here he comes from inside. And the ball slips on the return. And they're able to dive on that football and get it back. That would have been a disaster to cough it up immediately after a score. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Going over the top. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball. Executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time. Being in position, making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw, it's Cobb. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first.
And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do
I don't know.
that
I'm
in the
just playing
regular season
stupid.
with this week 12
I'm up 24/7. I already have a couple
You've
pigs.
seen the evolution of the
Should have recovered a couple fumbles though, but you know the game does what the game does. I miss the old mechanics in Madden where when there was a dog pile, you had to press buttons to fight for the ball and stuff to win in a dog pile. Good times.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17 is not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. Could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit. Nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, they're after him. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The Terrapins will try to pin them back with the punt. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jeff. Turning it on! Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down. They'll mark him at the
I got Dearmont next week.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get
So,
this guy in the ground.
that'll be fun.
He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Makes the catch. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Howard. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Open space at the 25. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the 1st half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
With the run on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, NC State.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him.
And he launches the ball deep in his own end. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
For a second, I didn't think I won that, to be honest.
Put together a drive. Wants to throw on 1st down.
A good comeback route. Why not?
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when the film because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Cobb. Working that left side now. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking for a tough play on 2nd and short. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. And the Terrapins are at the line looking to convert on third and short. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. They bring the punter onto the field now. Makes the catch at the 35. He's got great speed. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Throws to the wideout. Man downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. First down here for the offense. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Howard. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Going for 6. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about.
Pass interference, defense.
Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the gun, he leads it with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in College Park. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the shell.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Terrapins will boot it away to start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving.
Really had 42 points in the second quarter. Holy shnikes. Yeah, everyone's getting benched. That's what we're doing. That's fine. Everything is fine. Yeah. 4, 9. It's fine. Actually, you know, let's let the freshmen get a little bit of work in there.
Finding a little bit of running room on that return. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front?
You motherfuckers block. Leave.
Just nullifying that run all
Oops, wrong button.
NC State has work to do to convert this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. They'll move the chains yards after he gets it to the 43-yard line. The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. They'll try the run.
He should have been in there.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down,
Damn it,
that
Defoe,
speech is
go
usually pretty
away.
fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Quarterback on the keeper. He's in open space downfield. He's loose. What a run. Takes it all the way down to the 11-yard line before he's forced out. NC State, after that explosive run, might go right back to the well. Bringing the heat. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Runs through a tackle. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. 3rd and long, and they can get the 1st down without scoring a touchdown. High coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces the 4th down. Let's send down the kicker here. After making his first goal, he'll try to put up another with a shorty from 26. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season. They have put the clamp down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. The short hand, it's Brown. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. And the Terrapins will line up to punt it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here today.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Here we go. From the gun, running back on the move. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Let's go. Wants to go up top. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. And down the right side. He's at the top.
Takes it all the way back for the touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Clemson they ran down the hill, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by just one over Virginia Tech. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Ellis?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quickly complete. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. New set of downs after the completion. Single back formation, and they give it to him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. He's got an open man. It's a seam wide open. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Using the quick game. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. He wants it all. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's money time. It's 3rd and goal. You got the option. You can run.
Our backup's getting their work in.
Balance. Use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Got a man. It's Brown. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every...
Breaks into the open. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Cobb. Right on the money. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Caught. And they knock him down, but he got past the line again. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. It's complete to the left. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Get ready. Running back searching for a hole. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. And the Terrapins really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Wilkins. the ball methodically down the field.
Put together a drive, they got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to the big tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They're working that left side. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. Critical third down here in the fourth quarter. Surprise, surprise. Guess who they go to? That guy.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Finds his tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Gonna run it. It's Wilkins. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's Turner. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Here's the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this fourth quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, they can run the football, they can make some plays here in this fourth quarter.
And that receiver makes that play look so routine, but it takes so much practice. Running that curl route over and over again against every type of zone coverage imaginable so that on game day, that receiver can find the soft spot no matter what coverage the defense is in.
And if this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football, I think you can always look back and say, Bird should have worked with the more physical team. Nice job sticking up and going their necks for this defense.
And it's no good. He missed it. Because no game is perfect. Something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to be right about. They'll go back to work on offense. Got it behind the line. It's Wilkins. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Turner. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Got room on the return.
In this situation of the game, it's so hard for the offense to throw it because you're trailing by a lot, so the defense knows you're throwing it. They've got all these extra DBs out there, little fast guys that can break on the football. The windows are so small to throw into, and that's what happened on that last play. Nice job getting the INT.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Under fire. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. It's complete on the right side. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to keep this puck moving on the ground.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. This time it's complete.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to coaches coming to the game, they thought they had a good plan. They were ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Here's the heat. Passes incomplete. The clock is down to 9. The sportsmanlike thing to do might be victory formation. A stat on will kick a field goal here. Smashes it between the uprights. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays,